something that you said earlier about humanity. I feel like that has to be a huge reason why you had such a success as a police officer.
Absolutely.
Because humanity came first. The way that this guy, to take a life is not easy under any circumstance.
No.
Yeah.
The way that this guy casually kneeled on another human being's neck for 9 minutes is crazy.
It's not. It's not. I wouldn't. I can't even. I'm not going to even give it crazy. It's incomprehensible, and I think that's what we're seeing out on the street. You know, yes, is it influenced by the COVID and the people's, you know, losing jobs? I mean,
no coughing, no
He just
coughing.
fucking gave it to me.
no, I'm just like I get when I get excited, man, you know, and stuff. But it's true. You know, there's so many factors that are part of this. But I can't. And I consider myself like somewhat edgy. Like I say, you know, I did the best. But I can't even put into words what that was. I don't know how. And you know, this is where the other officers, you know, how. His partners.
Did he outrank them?
Yes. You know, this is what, wait, I don't know about rank. I can't say to that.
So,
but he had 19 years, I'm going to guess, looking.
Yeah.
This is just from a visual to me.
And
at the other people,
guy.
I'm going off the video.
Go.
And that is a factor. It is where.
And so that's
you know,
why none of the other officers.
You're not gonna
No. Let's not say that's
stop.
why no one. I'm not going to make that an excuse. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it influences. And I'll tell you this, I learned this as a lieutenant. When I became a lieutenant doesn't go out in the field, really. They go out after, you know, to a command post or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's their duty. You know, they're watch commander of the station. At least at Santa Monica, again, I can't.
Without a leader, you fall, so that's why you keep the leader.
Well,
in the rear.
and you have to, your responsibility is to notify all the appropriate personnel in an exigent circumstance and everything else. Okay. But I used to, because I love being on the street. And I was on the street for the most of my career, you know, and that's why I stopped.
But that's what made you a great lieutenant. When I was in the military, lieutenants that came from college didn't know shit.
Right.
Ones that were enlisted and then took the test and became a lieutenant, those are the guys that know what it's like to dig a fucking
that's
trench.
what fragging was all about, and kind of in a way, you know. But you know, I mean, I'm not condoning. But wait, I just want to finish that. That I used to go out because lieutenant is predominantly administrative, you know, and stuff and oversight, you know, but I didn't like sitting still. I didn't like sitting in the seat. So I'd go out in my car. I had to, you know, and I'd back up on calls. And I like sometimes to relieve my troops thinking I'm a good lieutenant, right? You know, my watch and stuff where there's a call that's been pending, something that where someone yelling in the street and it's 2 hours old. You know, you still have to clear the call. So I go out and clear it. Well, my sergeants talk to me and they're right. They're right. You know, people... The other officers, because the norm, why is a lieutenant rolling out in the field? What's up? Oh, shit. Are we in trouble? You know, and stuff. Lieutenants don't go out. Yeah. It's that, but that's the perception. But I'm like, hey, but this is me. But this is you. And Tommy, you know me. You know, you know, this is me. I'm saying, yeah, but it's me. I'm Heine.
Right.
You know, these guys know me. They know me because as an officer. They know me as a sergeant. They know what I'm about.
Because otherwise it's like, oh, shit.
And my sergeant, Sal Lucio, gave me the greatest lesson for me, you know, and at the same time, my worst day as a law enforcement officer, because I realized this is the end of my kind of career for me in my passion, what I love. He said, he looked at the bars on my thing. He said, the bars, man, that's what they see. And you know what? And I'm like,
the brass.
And he goes, hey, man, remember when you started? Remember when you heard a LT going out in the field? You know, how did it make you feel? Whether it was your favorite LT or what? It's like, oh shit, something's up.
Everybody's tight.
It's just the protocol. That's the paramilitary. You know, some of the stuff where these things. But it's true. He was right. He was right, and I was making them uncomfortable. But when I showed up in the scene, they would defer to me. Do you know what I mean? Because they're like, okay, the lieutenant's here, the you know, whatever, the notice, and people, when I say the audience, the public, right? Because they see that, everyone knows what those means, you know, stripes on. They come up to the guy and talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to the officer. I want to talk to the boss. You know, and so I was interfering with their work, so I had to. You know,
fall back.
And I had to. We talked about it though. We talked about it as a unit.
That power structure, as having seniority, affected the other officers' ability to step in.
I believe it affected not their ability. They always had the ability. Okay. In fact, everyone who owns the badge has the ability. That's why they're given that badge. They're trained for that ability. It affected their judgment in stepping.
Another question that I have for you that you can specifically answer. which I find peculiar. In the video where George Floyd is murdered, the ambulance pulls up. There are no EMTs.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there are police officers that respond, and they put him on a gurney, and they look like state troopers. They're in the beige tops, and they have firearms. They're obviously officers, and they put him into an ambulance and take him away. And no one attempts to resuscitate him.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, just so you know, the only thing I saw, I've seen 2 videos. I saw a video from on one side of the car where you can kind of only just see that one officer was charged with I'm sorry, he was an officer at the time, and you know, but the person who was charged with murder, and then subsequently I saw another video from kind of the other side where you see all 4 officers, one officer kind of standing, directing whatever, and 3 officers on the guy, including the guy who's charged with murder, and 2 others who I don't know who they are. Yeah, are they all white or of pale complexion?
That's what I see. We got about 5 minutes left.
Sorry. We're gonna have to do 2 of these.
I could talk about this forever because it's important.
I mean, in my neighborhood alone, I'm in the Melrose, La Brea, Fairfax. It's a fucking disaster right now. And like, where do we go? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think for the people who are peacefully protesting, I think it's important that you become vigilant, and everyone has a phone. The people who are causing the destruction, they need to be filmed because they're not part of the cause. My buddy lives off Melrose. The entire, his entire block was destroyed. There was a car burnt in front of his home. He picked up a piece of paper off the floor, which was organized instructions, Antifa instructions, for these organized people who are escalating the protest into violence because these people are anarchists and they are communist.
I don't think they're escalating the protest. They're taking it hostage.
Well, yeah,
they're taking it literally hostage.
Well, they're hijacking it.
Where the people that are rightfully protesting. You know what I loved? I mean, I shouldn't say this, but I love seeing, like, early on in the protests, there were I saw what I attributed to be families. I saw some kids. This is during the day, and stuff, and stuff too, which is great. Educate your kids about your rights as American. Everything else, but
it's become dangerous now. How their kids have been maced, and it's because
they weren't at the early part. I mean, we have to. Well, we have to respect that there was peaceful. People, protesting.
But what
Black Lives Matter came out, and people want to say, like, sometimes they get a bad rap.
Well, it's because they're being infiltrated by these other exterior.
Right, they came out and did a good job. Yeah. They literally did. In the beginning,
but
even
because
them,
of these guys that are doing the anarchy shit and everything that's happening, it's taking complete. We're losing focus of what the protest was for. So how close are we to martial law and the National Guard coming out here?
And
we're already at martial law.
Yeah, we're at martial law.
We have the
curfew.
Well, I mean, what I consider enough to be martial law is we have the curfew and we have the National Guard.
Yeah. So I mean, we're
Has the Guard been deployed?
Yeah, they're here. They're here. And so, we've been declared a state. Syria. Yeah, we've been declared in a state of emergency, and people have to pay attention. Listen, if you're going to protest, as an African American man, please do not allow these people. There are white people who are spray painting Black Lives Matters and smashing windows and doing all this stuff, and they're escalating a peaceful protest. And there are also young people who are taking this opportunity as free, like to
Tommy,
criminalization.
Should white people be out protesting with black people?
Yes, absolutely. Everybody. This is a
yellow people, gray people.
Yeah, this is an American issue.
It's
a power issue.
Cops should be out. Off-duty cops.
I
should be out protesting. I mean,
if you see in Flint, Michigan, the sheriff's department, they showed up they came to the protest and they said, "How can we help?"
Right.
And they marched with the people, and it was peaceful. The same thing happened in Miami. They prayed The police all took a knee and they prayed.
Yeah.
This is the change that we need to forge within our communities. It's
the people. Everybody needs to come together.
But when there are large groups of people and there are small groups within those groups that want to cause chaos and anarchy, they're going to do it.
One spark to start a fire.
It's our responsibility, if we're going to protest, to identify these individuals who are the criminality. They are not. We should not, at any entertainment level, anybody in the industry, the music industry, the film industry, we are not. There is no justification. There is no. I am black. I have been a victim of racism.
Right.
I have been a survivor of racism, and I'm not condoning destruction of public property, destruction of private property, violence against police officers, violence against white people. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between stating that there needs to be change, and you can't go and hate white supremacists if you're going to be a black supremacist.
Right.
And you also have to pay attention. There are white supremacists who want to see you vilified and villainized, and they're going to assimilate into your outrage, and they're the ones who are going to destroy property to make the black community look like quote unquote thugs. And we have to stop them from being allowed to insert themselves and hijacking a peaceful protest.
And one of the things I think that really, and you hit it on in the beginning of what you started with the entertainment industry or whatever, obviously, look, we're in Hollywood. You know? I mean, I came in here in Hollywood as an actor. Okay, I thought I was going to make it as a police officer. Well, I did in a different capacity as a police officer, a real one.
Yeah.
But, this is the thing is, you know what? You could speak your mind and stuff, and I love that. I mean, that's what I love about this country. That's what I love that we have a little right to. But you know what? You really want to help? Come down. Come to that protest.
Up.
Stay there.
Just
be there. Up. Be there. Put yourself.
Don't post a picture.
It just because anyone can do that, and you have a platform. People look at you. I mean, I've been educated. And maybe I should be ashamed to say this. No, wait. Hold on. Maybe I should be ashamed to say this. I've been educated in this protest because F12. I was looking at some of these things that people are spraying. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that means.
Fuck 12.
Well, right. I didn't know what that means because I don't know the music of today.
You got to get a 21 Savage record.
Well, but I'm thinking, Adam, you know what? No, but I had to look to find out. But so to understand, it's about understanding what's going on. What what we're really talking about here, and let's talk. Let's not fight. Yeah. Let's talk. Yes.
Well, look,
we can be angry. Let's all be angry.
We got to wrap up. But the bottom line is we just had a lieutenant. A
retired
lieutenant, a former white supremacist that fucking facilitates breath work and helps people with trauma.
That wasn't the lieutenant. That's
half black, half white kid from Brooklyn, and we all just came in here and sat down to talk about what's going on, love and tolerance,
peacefully with love and tolerance, and this solution-oriented conversations. And it's gonna get heated, and it's okay. Don't hurt each other. Don't hate each other. Insults are not gonna work. Right. We have to start becoming more conscious of what's going on in a way, at a frequency that will support change, and that means keeping people accountable on every side.
Right. So. Absolutely.
All right. Well, Lieutenant Steve Heineman,
Citizen Steve Heineman,
Citizen Steve.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Much love to my co-host, Tommy Vext. We'll be back. This is episode 1, and we're rolling out, so stick around. Subscribe, hit that like button, and we're coming at you guys. We're not going anywhere. So thank you for tuning in.
Stay safe.
Hey, man.